Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the full-time show with me, the Governor. Town have won a game of football, and they've looked really good doing it. I'm going to throw that in there. But, as always, it's a full-time show, so we're going to hand it over to you guys. Get yourself involved, either in the live chat or by coming on to the show. The link is now in the chat. Use that to get yourself onto the show. I'm joined once again by Ben and Mark. Before I bring those guys in for their view, let's get some of your live reaction here. We've got Mike Brown. Let's be real, Blackpool are woeful, better performance all round, but it was still against a very poor Blackpool side. Well,
no, not having that.
Not having that. Well, they've won two of their previous games. They've come into today's game having won the last two, so we'll get into that, I'm sure. Callie, we're at 6-11 against Peterborough on Tuesday. The Cruncher can only beat what's put in front of you. Blackpool were very poor. Amy, not the most thrilling of games, but I'll take it. Well, the road to 49 has started. 46 points to go. I don't care if they're all like that. I thought we were rather good. Ben, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought we were good. And look, Blackpool, yeah, they were poor today. But do you know what? We have played poor sides all season, and we've either been beaten or we can't beat them, and it's a draw. And I would say that we upped our game massively today. So the fact that they're poor doesn't matter. You've still got to beat what's in front of you. So I quite agree with that point. In the first half, I said that we had gone up a little level. And in the second half, I think we actually went up another little level again. I'm really happy with our performance today. And I think it's down. There's one or two reasons I think, and I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me with where I think the praise should be today.
Where do you think the praise should be today?
Paul Lambert, and that hurts me. That absolutely hurts me to say that because I think I want the guy out. I can't stand him. But do you know what? Bring on the hate because I'm looking at three things. Number one, he identified the loans to bring in, and all three of them were fantastic. Number two, he's kept judging the team. He's had a lot of criticism from me included, but he's actually come through really, really well, and he's stuck with him. Number three, Lambert out of nowhere has put Kenlock in, and I think he's been absolutely fantastic. Now, you can, the decisions still have to be made to do those three things. And we all talk about green shoots. This might just be what that looked like. Now, that's on the back of one game. But one game is better than none. And none is what we've been having.
The reason we won was Lambert. Mark, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I think there's some decisions that, he made that impacted the game. The substitutes weren't too bad, and the team we put out today was good. As we said before the game, we all thought Chambers was going to be at centre-half alongside either McGuinness or Wolfenden. That didn't happen, and obviously Wolfenden's got his goal out of that today, so that's good for him. But today I thought we were very, very positive. As I said at half-time, I thought we had a lot of energy. I think we continued that. As Ben said, I think we stepped up a notch as well. I was very positive, and the main thing is we've got 3 points, and we need those wins to build momentum and get ourselves up the league.
Absolutely. Did you feel, as Ben did, we've gone up another notch today? Did you think the loan signings have really improved us to the extent that they have?
Yes, I think Matheson is a good addition. Very calm and composed at right back. Good going forward as well, and also able to track back as well with pace. So, that puts so many question marks over Chambers' future now for me because I don't think he gets back.
That's pivotal. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct on what you say there, because the danger now is all that good work that, in my opinion, partially Lambert had to do today. All he's got to do to undo all that is bring Chambers right back in the team. Yeah. That was a ballsy move today. That's another one of the points I'd actually bring up as well. He dropped Chambers, and we've been screaming for it. So you have to give the credit when it's due, when it happens. It's very, very easy to criticise, and Christ alive, is it hard to say something positive about him. But I can't take it away today. Every decision that's led up to this game has worked in this game. This is the best game I've seen in, I can't remember when. I mean, since the beginning of the season. Probably since
I'd agree with that. I think it's the best game I've seen for quite a while now. The players that come under quite a lot of criticisms. The likes of Sears, Judge, Kenlock, all had really good games today. So it's just a positive that we're playing players in a in their rightful positions. That's one thing. But two, we have the positivity, creativity, and energy just to get up the pitch and just play football.
Okay, we'll bring in Stephen. Stephen, Ben says the reason we won today was Lambert. You've been very critical of Lambert over the last couple of weeks. Would you agree with Ben?
Well, yeah. I'm quite happy to call Lambert out when he makes mistakes. If he does good things, I'm man enough to turn around and say, yeah, he's done good things. We started off with like a triangle in midfield having two holders. Yeah. And today we have an inverted triangle with one holder in downs, and then Dizelle going up, then Harrop obviously went up, supporting Judge, and I think that made us so much livelier going forward. And also the fullbacks, every time you looked up and we were going forward, there was either Kenlock on one side or there was Mattison on the other side. It was just so better.
Yeah.
It was so fluid. And I think we lifted the other players as well. Yeah, I've got my door shut, you can't hear me. And I think it lifted the other players up as well, the likes of Judge. I think that was one of the best games I've seen Judge play. He was in everything.
Yeah.
All my chat has got is beep, 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 beep. That's the whole chat. Who was the best performer for you today?
I like the young guy, Parrot. I think he's got a lot about it. He can play that role because his movement is good. He's not stood there waiting for the ball to come to him. He's going looking for it. He's giving people an opportunity, and he made some brilliant runs. I think he could do some damage, even at one at top. But I think Judge, myself, he played well.
Stay Casual says, is that Jimmy Bullard bottom left? That's a really good one. Brilliant. Leighton Durham, makes a difference having youth instead of dinosaurs at fullback. Yeah, Mark, Alan Judge, best performance today by a country mile, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he played very, very well. And yeah, he just got the ball on the floor, looked to get other players to come into the game as well. But for me, I'd probably say my man of the match was actually Flynn Downs. I thought he was absolutely outstanding today. Just getting back to his fitness, knowing what we all know of Flynn Downs as the footballer he is. So, good performance from him.
Ben, would you agree with that? Flynn Downs, man of the match?
No, I wouldn't say he's man of the match, but I think he had a fantastic game. For me, the man of the match was Matheson. For me, I just liked it because I haven't seen movement down that wing in so long. I almost forget what it looked like. And the running off the ball, I read somewhere that the boy runs. He really does. I mean, he's good on the ball, I think. He wasn't spectacular, but he was good and solid. But watch what he does when he hasn't got the ball. He's bloody everywhere. And I think there's a young kid in his first game at his new loan club. Take a bow, young man. Take a bow.
Steve, before I let you go and bring in TJ, I said 49 points during the week, and you rightly ridiculed me. Do you want to revise your own points prediction for the halfway season, or do you feel this is a one-off and Peterborough midweek will be the real stern test?
If we can keep up this performance, there's no reason why we can't get in the playoffs at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to say, and that's a big if, but again, everybody's saying that Blackpool were good. They've beaten Peterborough. They've beaten Sunderland. So they're not mugs. So you've got to play that into the game as well. If they're mugs, that means Peterborough are mugs because they're beaten.
Absolutely. All right, Steve, appreciate you. TJ, welcome in. I can see you're drinking a pint there. What have we got?
We got some Infinity +1 Blue Monkey Brewery.
Very nice. Ben, Ben's usually the alcoholic on the show. What are you? What are you drinking?
What, tonight? Oh,
yeah. Oh, very nice. Very nice. TJ, Mattison today had a really good game. I want to ask you this question before you give us your take on today's game. Does having a mobile fullback show what Paul Lambert's style of play is really all about? Because under Vincent Young, we look good. With Mattison on the side, suddenly we look a different prospect. Is it right to think now we could see a decent side with Mattison at right back and a better style of play?
Well, if we're going back to the start of last season and we're saying that is Lambert's style of play with Vincent Young fit, then yes, exactly. Kenlock and Matheson, completely different to what we've had with Chambers and Ward coming in. I think Chambers and Ward started the season very well, but they've been unlucky. They've just not lasted the campaign as of many of our other players. So I don't think exactly we know what Lambert's style of play is yet, but if this is it, it's miles better than anything we've had before.
Yeah,
absolutely. Who do you think was your standout performer today? How did you see the game unfolding?
Judge was exceptional, and I think we said in the pre-game analysis here, you guys said it, that he's had a good 3 or 4 games before this game, and he stood out again. I think he can't be dropped in the next game. I think Harrop was promising, but he's got to stay on the bench and wait his turn. Freddie Sears, I don't know how he lasted the whole game. I don't know what he did, apart from have a perfectly good goal disallowed. But he was just running around. I don't know what he did, really. I think we all like his energy and his commitment, but I don't know what else he did. Who
would you replace him with midweek if you could pick the team yourself? Or would you say, you know what, you guys, you've won the game, it's your shirts, go out there, same 11?
Yeah, I'd have the same 11. I think the test now is, if we can do it against Peterborough, then that's the real test. There's no good us winning this game and not following it up and getting this chip off our shoulder and beating one of the big teams. Yeah. If we don't do it, then we're back to where we were before. We're all going to be miserable again, and rightly so. But if we don't do it, then what's the point? We have to go away to Peterborough. Only Blackpool are the ones who've beaten this season at their place. But we've just beaten Blackpool, and they weren't that good, were they?
So having watched today's lineup, having watched Peterborough's game when they beat us 1-0 without a shot on target, are you scared? Are you worried of Peterborough? Are you fearing the Tuesday night fixture?
No. So I don't know if anyone's seen any of Posh's games. I think I said last time I was on, Peterborough kind of my secret second team, only because I grew up there, so I know a bit about them and I've got a few connections there, but their pitch is an absolute state at the minute. Their style of football is not suited for their own pitch, and we can go there and play whatever the hell we play on there, and I think we're going to do all right. So I think we're looking at least a draw there.
Yeah, if it ain't going to be now, it's going to be never. If it's not now, it's never. This is everything we wanted. Look, the first thing you have to do is win. In order to go on a run, you have to start a run, and we started that today. And I think you're quite right. Everything hinges probably on the next game. I think everyone's kind of got the thing out of their head now of, that we were getting to a point where we not hoping we lost, but thinking if we did, that would be good because Lambert could be gone. I think they've all accepted he's here now for the rest of the season, so that argument has settled. I would like to see him gone. I got something new, but you know what? He's not. So let's start this run with a bit. I want positivity. I'm desperate for it because Christ knows it's been this long, drawn-out, awful year, and this has been the first time I've actually been excited to pay £10 on the Tuesday.
TJ, 66 points left to play for. How many do you think Town we're going to get?
46.
Good man! Yes, TJ! All aboard that hype train. I love it. Appreciate you. Go on.
Well, if we're going to have to endure the rest of this season, we might as well try and be optimistic about it. Otherwise, we're just going to be as miserable as we have been in the past.
Well said. Well said.
Absolutely. So, beers on me. Beers on me. TJ, appreciate you. Look after yourself. Steve, welcome in. A lot of love in the chat for Parrot. How did you think Troy Parrot played today?
Yeah, link-up play was nice, wasn't it? Nice to have a little bit of movement there, and I think it showed with Dazelle. He had an option out where Parrot was moving. I was impressed with his movement today, his energy, and he's on the pitch. I know we said before in half time that Norwood, and I think there was a bit of a cough when I said Norwood could be messy, but if he's not on the pitch, end of the day, he's not. He's not available, like you said. So, we just, I like Parrot today. I thought it was good.
Would you like to see a goal from him just to cap off a really decent debut?
Yeah, I would. But we've just got to be realistic that, he's just come to the club, hasn't he? He had quite a nasty injury at Millwall. I think he's got to settle in, but he will hit the ground running. If he carries on playing like he is at the moment, it won't be long. It won't be long.
I can see you nodding there, Mark. You agree?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. He comes from good stock. Tottenham breed good youngsters.
All right, Mick.
So yeah.
All right, Mick, calm down, son.
They do though. They do breed good youngsters, and I'm pleased he's in the door. I've spoken to a lot of Tottenham fans, and they've had very good reviews to say about him. So hopefully he can get some goals soon.
Is it the fact that... Go on.
Sorry, the other thing I wanted to say is...
Go for it.
And that a rocket up the arse to the other players that have been sitting there, and these new boys have come in and they've had a real positive, move on the squad and on the players. I think quite a lot with Judge. Maybe that influence has come in. I know Judge is an experienced player, but when you go out week after week and you're putting potentially square pegs in round holes, and now we've got players that are coming in like Matheson saying, I want to run, I want to play, I want to get on the pitch, I want to do stuff, I want to make things happen. Parrot coming in saying, I want to score goals, I'm a striker, that's what I do, that is how I want to play. And actually bringing the other players in, when then obviously moving out certain players that may not have a positive thing on the pitch, positive in and around the ground, it shows. And actually that should be a gauntlet to the other players to actually say, you know what, I've walked into the club, I've got onto the pitch and I've shown you how it's done. Now buck your ideas up and let's have a go at it.
I totally agree. And also as a caveat to, I think what is a really well-made point is that not only does it will hopefully lift the people that are then pushed out of the team, but I saw the rest of the team that were left actually elevate their games because came on. So totally. Judge looked better, Kenlock looked really good, Downs looked really good. These players as well have stepped up along with the quality. Now you've got to get that because all of these players are from leagues above us. So you hope that naturally the quality increases. But what I saw, and this is the reason I have this slightest tinge of hope about me, is that I saw everybody else up their game a bit today. And that is exactly what you want when you actually bring lone players, not just to have them be good, but to bring everyone else along with them.
I honestly don't see Chambers getting back if that Matheson plays like that. I don't think he will. I just don't. And he ain't going to stick him in the middle because he's an issue waiting to happen. He ain't got the legs. Wardy's, he was good at the start of the season, but Kenlock's come into his own. Give him his due. Because at the end of the day, we know that he's had a bit of a stop-start season and he's had stop-starts beforehand. But, ladies and gents, I know that people are saying Blackpool and this, that, the other, but we just need to play that game and we need to, move forward and go from there. And we need to be positive. That's at the end of it, is we need to be positive, move forward. And if it starts the start, of a run, then great. If it doesn't, then... at the end of the day, we still need to be positive and move forward with this club.
Yeah. If it doesn't, then at least we've had a good game today.
Of course we have.
That's more people for the last 3 months.
People are saying Blackpool, but this is a Blackpool team that drew 1-1 with Hull, Mark, beat Wigan 5-0. Yeah. They've been on a fairly decent run, and like every League One side, they're unpredictable. So can you really sort of push it to one side and say, but it's only Blackpool?
I think the Blackpool side we saw today was a level below what we probably would have seen if Gary Medine was playing, if Garbutt was probably fully fit. I think they were lacking a few players maybe from what I read before the game. So it's not a full strength side, but at the same time, we still need to play well. As we said at the start of the game, we still need to play to our full potential because we still can't beat the lower end teams of this division or even the higher end. So we still need to get those points on the board, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, so what other teams are doing. Too right. It doesn't matter what other teams are doing at all. We've lost or withdrawn, and we can't win against teams at the bottom of the league. Look at the freaking results today. Oxford have lost. Hull have lost. Sunderland could only draw against Mark K. Dons. It's a weird league. There's only one team seems to be running away with it. But we've played good and we've played absolute shit, and we've been mediocre. Well, we've been crap and mediocre between all of them. So I don't want to hear that. It's only Blackpool because we've played a hell of a lot worse, and we've had worse results than today.
Steve, before I bring Stuart in, the lone players: Matheson, Harrop, Thomas, Parrot. Who was the man of the match out of the lone players for you?
Matheson, I think, probably. Only just. I think Parrot did really, really well with the link-up play. But Matheson, I think, if he carries on like he is, like Ben said, there was comments about he runs for England. Yeah, he does. He puts a shift in, which is you need that. You need that.
Yeah,
to just yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Steve, appreciate you. Look after yourself.
Cheers.
Have a great evening. Later. Stuart, is this the end of Luke Chambers?
Well, considering what I've just watched, that could possibly well be.
Absolutely. Mattson, he runs for days, as we just heard. Were you really impressed with his performance?
Yeah, really impressed. The kid's got pace with him.
Yeah. And he's not afraid for a tackle either, Mark.
No, I think he puts himself about. I think I was a little bit concerned that he got his yellow card quite early, but other than that, he seemed very composed. And yeah, very good game from him. And I expect him to, sort of do that for the longevity that he's here for the season. So yeah, very good player, very good signing.
I get PTSD in this division referees. When that tackle goes in, I'm like, oh God, his hand's in his pocket, which colour's coming out? You just don't know in this league anymore. You really don't. Crazy. But the referee had a good game today, Ben, did he not?
Yeah, he did have a good game. I think he let the play go on for both teams. You didn't notice him, which is always a sign of a good ref.
Until the 80th minute.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is, I thought that goalkeeper should have probably been sent off, arguably, because
definitely
he should have gone off for me. But yeah, other than that, he did have a good game.
Not according to Cruncher, and he'll deliver his verdict tomorrow. But according to Cruncher, it was never a red card in a million years. How did you see it, Stuart? Did you feel that was a red card?
I see it as a red card.
Is that because he's got a goal scoring opportunity, or is it what makes it in your world a red card?
He was the last man, wasn't he?
Well, I believe it was the last man. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, I see it as a red card.
And that's the way it is. Fine.
I don't think the goalkeeper needed to come out that far when he had defenders there. And yeah, I just thought it was a bit of an appalling tackle, to be honest. And yeah, should have gone.
Absolutely. Stuart Parrot, really good debut. What particularly impressed you about the young player from Tottenham?
Well, his pace, that's one thing that impressed me. His ability on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really underrated. I didn't expect that from him, Ben. The ability to bring other players into the game in that manner.
Yeah, that's exactly the point I was making. He actually brought everyone else around him into it as well. He elevated those around him. It's kind of like, if Carlsberg done loan players, not only are you good, but you actually make the people around you a little bit better as well. That's a real plus to have. And the big thing will be whether we keep that same team on Tuesday. I really hope we do. If I see Chambers back in, then my rants are coming back again. I do not want to see that man in that fucking first team unless he's covering a broken leg with someone being wheeled off. I want him out of there now. He's done his thing, and I think the captain we had today was very good. Obviously, people reacted to him very well, but that team today has to start on Tuesday. Has to.
Absolutely. Stuart, appreciate you. I've got Johnny Duncan, the man, the myth, the legend. We have missed you, Johnny.
Oh, man.
I'm here.
Oh, I've missed you, Johnny. How are you?
Oh, you're just too soft, Martin. What's going on?
What's in the old glass there, John?
Cronenberg.
There's better drops. There's better drops out there.
Yeah, but that's what's in the fridge, so that's what's drinking.
You've been very critical of Mr. Lambert over the course of the season. Ben says we won today because of Paul Lambert. Do you agree?
We won today because of the signings,
which he made.
Who made them?
Exactly who made them? Was it Lambert? Was it someone else? Was it at the
Evans?
end of the day, right? I got caned on social media in the week. Right, I got caned because I said get Chambers out, blah blah, and I put my lineup out, and they said, "Oh, you need some experience at the back there. Oh, them boys are gonna." And I'm thinking, hang on a fucking minute, right? When Chambers is back there, they kind of like. I think it stifles the youngsters because now he's been out of that back line today, and I think McInnes and Wolverine have stepped up. They thought, well, we ain't got the senior guy here, so one of us is going to have to be the senior guy. And do you know what? I think it's the first game I've seen all season where our back line hasn't been skinned once in a game.
Great point.
The only game I haven't seen our back line get skinned. And do you know what?
Yeah.
We've got a load of kids. Oh, it never worked. You need experience. Fuck off. He needs to go. Skews needs to go.
Amen, brother.
Well, he's gone. I don't know which school he's teaching now. I'm sorry, but those golden. Okay? He's stealing a wage, right? They love, right? People are in love with Chambers and Skuse. They're in love. They've got this love affair, right? They are. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're great with the young fans. They're great with the young players. You know, their Airbnb service for Ipswich Town youth team is fucking making loads of money, probably, right? But all I can say is,
I've missed you.
Right, and we're making a point that it's actually ringing true with you. In the ironic, we take Chambers out of the first team, and do you know what? We fucking won, and we looked right conceding.
No, he's got a fair point. He's got a fair point though, Mark, because today Wolfenden and McGuinness had their best game as a partnership. Period.
Yeah. I think they're the best partnership we've got.
And it got better throughout the game as well.
It did. Yeah, and then you've got players like Enciala who's always got a weakness or some sort of negative in him somewhere, and Chambers is the same as well. So those two, McGuinness and Wolfenden, would be my pick for the rest of the season, really. So yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Chambers has been a massive servant to this club. He bleeds blue. He's very, very loyal, right?
Yeah, so's Bluey, but you're not going to start him every week.
But Mick Mills hit the nail on the head on the commentary. He said, "Look, I get it. It's going to upset a lot of people, but it's time for him to roll back now, moonwalk out of it, like Skuse has done." And then, because if it wasn't for Skuse' injury this year, Dazelle wouldn't have come on as much as he has. Yeah. And I know that people go, "Oh yeah, he's a bit hit and miss," but he had a great game today. And even though, Judge just blocked me on Twitter, right? But Judge was brilliant today. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I was thinking to myself, I'd love to see Harrop there, but Judge played so well. I thought, no, that's okay. If you can keep playing like that, you're fine. I don't have any problems with any players keeping their place in the team when they deliver. What I can't stand is when players are shit constantly, week in, week out, and they don't get dropped. That's what
Johnny, talk to me about Miles Kenlock, because he's a player we've talked about over the course of the season. This is a different Miles Kenlock we're seeing.
Well, let me ask you one question. Is it a case that Miles Kenlock's come in and it's given him the kick up the arse that he needed, and he's actually putting in these really, really good performances now? Or is it the case that over the course of the time when we haven't had Miles Kenlock in the team, we've got so shit and declined so badly that when he has come back in, he's looked good?
Yeah.
Only Johnny could take a good player's performance and make it into an absolute. Actually,
well, that's scary.
I know.
Kenlock last week was the man of the match, without a doubt. He was our main attacking threat. And if I'd have said that to you about 12 months ago, you'd have pissed your pants. You'd have laughed out the room. I would have done. Johnny, I love you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you've been on the show. Look after yourself. Craig, I've got a comment here. Downs looks back to his old self. Solid captain display. Do you agree with that?
I like the fact that we put him in the holding role. I think I said that a couple of weeks ago to play him there instead of Dazelle. I think he was solid today. Done the dirty side of the game for us. His
best game since returning from injury.
Yeah, to be honest, I was impressed with Parrot today. I think it was nice to have a striker that actually, once he got the ball down, he turned, and as soon as he got turned and was on goal, he looked like he could create more than anyone else that's been playing all season for us.
Yeah, definitely. Mark, if you get Jackson and Norwood back fully fit, you've got a fairly tantalising front couple of options there, haven't you?
Yes, it's good options, but it's where you play them. And for me, Jackson isn't as effective up top on his own. He needs someone with him, and he's certainly not good for me out wide. So that's why I said before the game that Norwood is our best striker, because he can play in a two, or he can play up top on his own. So it's interesting where we see Jackson if he comes back into the team. But for me, he kind of looks like he wants to leave anyway, so it wouldn't be too much of a loss.
Yeah, second time it's happened as well. Yeah.
Well, if he wants to leave, he needs to start playing and playing well to earn a move away. I've been against the 4-4-2 switch because I don't think it makes that a huge amount of difference, Ben. But actually, I'll ask Craig this: 4-4-2 with Parrot and Norwood or Jackson suddenly looks a lot more tantalising than it would do Drinan and Sears.
To be honest, today I've been calling out for 4-4-2 all season, but we looked the most threatening I think we've looked all season. That second half today, that's the most threatening I think I've seen us look all season.
Yeah.
And it's because we've got better players in them areas. Like, I don't think Thomas had a good game, and I was calling for Edwards to come on, and I think Edwards done better than what Thomas did. I don't think Thomas will be starting on Tuesday. I think Parrot's got to start. Sears, when he went through, if that was Parrot, that was a goal. And Norwood, he didn't. I don't think he had the legs up front that Parrot did either.
Yeah, he's unlucky though when he sees Craig. He had a goal that was perfectly a good goal, ruled offside.
I'm not being funny, but it's criminal that when that defender hit it across to him, he's got to be scoring that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but as a centre forward, you've got to be a goal.
So big test Tuesday night. What do you say unfolding Tuesday?
I think we're going to win. On the back of that second half performance, well, I think we're going to win. I watched post.
Go on.
Peterborough, when we played them last time, I don't think that they were that great. I didn't. But that second half performance, I don't think we're many teams. That second half performance, I think we'll beat a lot of teams with that if we continue that.
Big if.
It's consistency though, isn't it? That's the thing we just lack all the time. We go and put like a performance in like that or a result like that, and then the next game, whether it's a Tuesday or a Saturday, we're complete shadows of ourselves. And that's the thing that I'm trying to get across here is that there's no consistency within this Ipswich side, and it's not been there really since that 14-15 season where we could actually put together a back-to-back wins and things like that. We've not had that for God knows how long.
Do you think that's down to team selection? Because that consistency run would have probably coincided with a strong 11, Barrett Smith, Murphy. A team that picked itself. Do you feel like this could be now the start of a team that picks itself because it all complements each other?
Yeah, definitely. I think you have to have a settled side to breed that success. But yeah, we just haven't had that chance, whether it be injuries or COVID or whatever else. We just need to have a settled side. People know what they're doing, but also the players need to be, round pegs, round holes. You can't be playing the Judge on the left wing. You can't be playing Chambers at right back. You need to have those players playing in their rightful positions to get the best.
But now we've got good loans in that are being put in the roles that they're brought into. That's something that means the players we have can then play in their roles as well. And I've seen criticism. I think it's the best thing Lambert's done all season, and he ain't done much. And I've seen criticism on social media. I think I read it on Twitter. I think it was even Crunchy who said, we might as well just abandon the the academy if we're going to get loans in. I would argue not at all. That the loans look like they're the best thing that has happened to us. Now, balance that with, yes, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Of course it doesn't. But we haven't even had one bloody swallow yet. Come across really wrong. But we haven't even had that yet. So when it does happen, we've actually got to celebrate it. I just see for the first time in months, I'm looking forward to the next game. I actually looked at moments on the screen. I thought, wow, okay, what's he going to do with that? He's got players running over. Cool, okay, his last chance, he was close. When was the last time that happened? When was the last time we didn't play 40% of the game in our back third? If this is what green shoots looks like, do you know what? Even if it happens for just today or just today in the next game, I'll bloody take it, because the alternative is what has happened for the rest of the season. I think the loans, it needed something like 3 players coming in looking good to do anything of our season, because we cannot do anything of our season with what we already have. I hope this gamble was the right one. And who knows? It just might be. Who knows? This week is fucking weird.
It's bonkers. Craig, who's man of the match today?
Ooh, I'll tell you what, I thought Judge had a really good game today. I thought Judge had a really good game.
Absolutely.
Solid.
Craig, appreciate you. Look after yourself. We've got a few comments just to read out, and I'll bring Sid in a second. We've got Steve on base, 4-4-2 with Norwood and Parrot for me. They'd work well together. Johnny Duncan thinks it wasn't a sending off. There was a covering man. We've got Andy Gray. So many options. Hopefully not too many. Lambert will struggle to keep everyone happy. But let's embrace this ITFC lovers. Chris Warden. That's a good point, though, isn't it, from Andy? Really, that you've got a big squad, Mark.
Who cares? I don't care if 14 of them are pissed off. If 11 of them are happy and playing, fucking play them. I don't care. If you're not happy, be better than what's on the pitch. Now is probably the time to make some players unhappy, get them pissed off. Because I want 11 players to be happy, and they're the ones that start every week. You play happy, you play well.
I thought today we were a bit more nastier, actually. I thought we just had a bit of a nasty streak about us. I thought there was some more tackles flying in. There was a couple of bookings here and there. But we're a bit too nice. We've been a bit too nice under Lambert. We've been a bit too nice under Hurst. Been too nice under McCarthy.
Ironically, the first game in 3, we haven't had a player sent off, but I totally agree with that.
But it's in general, we just need to be a bit more nastier. And I don't mean going to get sent off and things like that.
Streetwise.
Streetwise.
Absolutely. Chris Warden, we had 2 clear open goals with Sears McGuinness couldn't hit a barn door today. Lee Anderson, steady on, guys. One game at a time, fit on the ground. Amy Downs, great shout about no red card, much better discipline. Danny Allen, Sears isn't good enough, spends far too much time running away from the play, doesn't watch where the ball is, can't wait for Norwood to start, must just be a fitness issue. Harvey Radders, people saying we might as well abandon the academy. We had 4 academy players in the 11. Chris Blake. But no Lancaster, who's much better than Thomas, in my opinion. Chris Blake, players should be happy when winning. The problem is when players play when consistently playing poor. Sid, welcome in. Players play when they're consistently playing poor, but Alan Judge, who has been poor, played absolutely out of his skin today.
Again.
That wasn't Alan Judge on the pitch. I'm not having that for a second. He was phenomenal today.
Yeah, he was everywhere. That was the Alan Judge I thought we were getting in League One.
Yeah.
Absolutely everywhere, on the ball, made us tick and made things happen. Thomas is a player that has got a lukewarm reaction, Sid. Is he a player who should be keeping hold of the shirt after 2 performances? Or do you think Lancaster, Dobra, should bring a fan favourite into the conversation? Maybe looking at a chance?
I still think we should be developing our own players. Lancaster, for me, is someone that we can not build a team around, but he can be sort of a centre point of our team. And I think we should build a team around him. So I think he should be playing.
I completely agree with that. Yeah. How about
based on the amount of goals he scored? Based on him terrorising defences? Build a team around Lancaster? No.
Not around him.
Develop him. Absolutely. Could be good in 2 years, but not build a team around him. Jesus.
All right.
He should
Mark?
be one of the focal points of the team.
Be the judge here, Mark. Be the judge.
I think with Lancaster, we're pinning hope on him a little bit, and it's with the younger players, and it's the same with Dobra in a way. Would I agree that we need to build a team around him, not just Jack Lancaster? I think we need to build around our team around youngsters. Yes, I don't see Thomas having any more than what Dobra's been offering. Similar sort of players, but I think Thomas should have scored today without a doubt with his chance. So yeah, we do need to build our team around the youngsters, but at the same time, Lambert knows he's under a lot of pressure. He has to do something. It's do or die for him. So he needs to get his loans in, save his job, and hopefully get us promotion.
Absolutely. Matheson said, were you impressed, as we all were, with Matheson, or were you disappointed to see Chambers on the bench?
I wasn't disappointed one bit with seeing Chambers on the bench. He's been a good servant to the club. I'm not going to come on here and slate him at all, but now is the time for him to start stepping aside.
Yeah.
Come back into the side every now and then if we need him, but not be a focal point of our team. Matheson, I thought, was great today. It was nice.
Who was the standout? Who was the standout? Sorry, go on.
It was nice to see a wing back get down the line and actually put a cross in.
That's a fair comment. We've not had that in a long time, have we, Mark?
No.
Oh, Mark's gone. I knew I was losing the connection because Sid went and then now Mark's gone. That's why I cut across you. Sorry, Sid. Who was the standout loan performer for you?
Probably Matheson, I'd say.
Good man, absolutely. Yeah, exactly my sentiments. Matheson was fantastic today. For a little kid coming into a new team on a shitty weather day, on a mud bath, in a team that's underperforming, to come on and do that. And he's a nice guy. Great. Happy.
Absolutely. So, Sid, big one on Tuesday. Peterborough, top 6 side. Can we finally break that top six hoodoo? Can we finally beat a side as a in the top six? Do you see it?
You stick that starting 11 out, yeah. I can't see why not. They played with confidence today. When we had, when was the last time that we actually played with confidence? I can't even think of it.
And isn't that what experience can sometimes hold you back from? Like, these guys are young, but they've also not been, the disappointments the same way the senior guys have, or the fear. They're playing with just a love of the game almost.
These young lads want to be out there playing games, winning football matches. A player near the end of their career, no disrespect, probably isn't too bothered because they're winding down. They're not really fussed about the result.
It's the same with Stephen Ward there, right? You use him as an example. I don't think he's as bothered, when he was obviously Burnley in the Premier League or something like that. And the Stephen Ward that was there then, or when he was at Wolves and all that sort of stuff, he's a completely different player.
He was his contract to see out their career, earn a bit of cash every week just to make plans for when they retire. Yeah, they're comfy, they're happy, they're not getting their contracts renewed. They have zero to play for, and they're probably planning post, professional football life right now. So to have younger people come, and you saw the hunger, you can just see it. I mean, if it was encapsulated in a match, it was today, there were people that were hungry to play well, that were looking for the ball, were chasing the game when the ball wasn't, they didn't have possession of it. When was the last time we saw anything like that? It raised everyone else to do the exact same thing. You had Dazelle looking good, you had Downs looking good, you had Judge having a revelation of his life. This is hopefully a momentum thing, a real momentum within that team.
You said it there, Ben, though. Players come here just for a comfortable life. That's what they do.
Yeah.
At the end of their careers, just come to wind down, comfortable. They know they can go out every weekend and the result not really matter to them. But if they play like this every week, then them players shouldn't be in the side, really.
Totally agree. And I'll have the baby Bullard on, 18 years old, anytime over some of the older professionals. Definitely do it.
What would you say to Amy, Mark, about what she says? It depresses her a little bit that it took players that aren't ours to get a good performance from our team. What would you say to Amy there?
I sort of agree with her, but it is really just that Lambert needs to get his wins, doesn't he? He needs to get the team up in the league. He needs to get us in the promotion spot. So ultimately, Marcus Evans, if he is actually speaking the truth, wants promotion this season. So he has to go out there, do or die. It's as simple as that.
And it has been done. I mean, quite right. However you argue, it has been done. And look, we all want to go up because we've developed our academy players and they're all worth 5 million and there's 9 teams sniffing around and we're banging goals in every week. Yeah, great. There's probably 3 teams in the country that are doing that regularly. We will take what we can get. And if it takes a lone player to make the rest of our team look good, fucking have 3 more of them. I don't care at this point. We need to get out of this league. It probably won't happen this season, but at least there's a bit of hope it might do. I don't care how it happens anymore. We're not what we were when Shefki Kuki and Darren Bent were up front, or Murphy. That's not us anymore. We are relying on loans and things to elevate the standing of where we are. And I don't care if I have to do a rain dance naked in the streets to get us winning every game. And guess what? I'm getting out there and I'm dancing, man. Happily.
Absolutely.
I think until the end of this season, I think we needed those loans. We need something that's going to come in and just give us a bit of a kick up the arse. Players that want to play for the club, but also with that in mind, we also need to have some sort of plan. We need to have a strategy of what we're actually going to do, going forward. Because we can't have this. We can't have it each season that we have it. We can't have 5 or 6 loans in. And only being able to use 5. It's ridiculous. We need to have some sort of plan going forward where this club is going to be, and whether it be League One or Championship, we need a plan.
But well said, that man. That starts again promoted, and I think we're on our 9th 5-year plan at the moment. So plans are great, but you need to win the games in between time. Otherwise, we're going to be a constant team of plans until we're playing in League 2. So that there's a real, I get what you're saying, and you're quite right, but there's a real balance there. Whilst you're making these plans, whilst you're developing a squad, you've got to win the fucking games, because otherwise plans don't mean anything.
Yeah. Absolutely. And is it, as Leighton Durrant asks, momentum, but is it too late? Do you guys feel it's too late? This season's now it's just gone already.
going to be tight.
I don't think it's too late. I think we need to play until the final whistle when it comes. When is it, in May or whatever it is? You have to keep going. If you're still in chance of it, you can still do it. You know, look at West Brom so many years ago, pretty much down from the Premier League, but they go and play a game and they stay up. So football's a funny game, but you need to go out and be consistent, and that's what I keep saying. The consistency is a key word.
Absolutely. Ben, is it too late?
Maybe, maybe not. But if I can analogise this to the horrible COVID year we've just had a long dark winter where we've all been trapped and it's all been terrible. Maybe these 3 loan players are the vaccination that Ipswich Town needed, and it might take 3 weeks for it to become effective. But do you know what? That's how you get out of something long-term shit. You need a kick up the arse. You need the vaccination. And maybe, just maybe, we've had that today. But then again, maybe not. We could be doing this exact same thing on Tuesday night, and I would have danced naked in the street for absolutely nothing. So who knows?
I just want to agree. I just want to agree with that point that Amy just made there. The amount of results even today or throughout the course of the season where people are just playing and beating anyone that they can, and that's what we need to do. We need to have that mentality that we can go out and beat someone. This league is tin pot. It is absolutely tin pot.
Yeah, it's fucking shite.
Anyone can win anything, but we just need to have that consistency.
Absolutely. So, big game Tuesday. Let's close on that. What do we think is going to happen? We're going to go for 3 points, a win, a draw. Who's Sid? Kick us off.
I'm going 3 points.
Yeah, what score? Go big, go bold.
3-1.
Good man. Sid, we appreciate you. Thanks ever so much, buddy. Mark, what about you, my friend?
It's difficult, but if we can have the performance that we did today, and play the players in the right positions and all that sort of stuff, I think we could go there and take something. Hopefully, it'll be 3 points. But yeah, I'm gonna be positive and say 1-0.
Would you take the McCarthy point if I offered it to you right now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Ben, what about you?
Today was the swallow in the summer. We win Tuesday, it's something different and it's something better. Keep Chambers off the pitch, start with the same 11 we did today, and make substitutions. Because bearing in mind, another thing I'll say to Lambert today, what he got right, he didn't start the subs at 78 minutes. That's another thing that fell into place tonight. So Lambert, whatever the hell has happened to you over the weekend, I don't know whether you got some good advice, whether you got laid, I don't know. But for Christ's sake, keep it up, because you got it right today. And if you want to stick 2 fingers up at a lot of people and say, fuck you, I've got it right, good on you, then go out there, make the good decisions and win the games. Because I can't stand you, but I will be the first person to say good on you if this can be the start of something special. I love Ipswich before I hate Lambert.
Okay. Lee Anderson says snowed off. Stuart says 3-0 Town. Stephen, beep, says 2-1. Josh, 3 points Tuesday, a nice 2-1 Town win. Coxie, well done Coxie, 1-1. Carl Brooks, 1-1. Dawn, 2-1 Town. So a lot of optimism heading into Tuesday. I will be there with a matchday ticket, live as always. But we are back tomorrow, 1:30 for Talking Town, the Ipswich Town FC podcast. You are all invited. Mark and Ben, I thank you both ever so much for your company this afternoon.
Thank you, man. Great show.
Thank you so much. 3 points, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 1:30 with Love, with Care. See you all tomorrow.
Love.